Good morning. We are starting out with some fog again this morning. It's been tough to see outside of our tower cam. You could see that fog hanging low over the downtown airport. It is 61 degrees in Springfield right now. Pretty cool with that fog. Visibility's down to a half a mile in Springfield and in Clinton, 3 miles at Lake of the Ozarks, and 1.5 miles in Branson. So be careful. Patchy to dense visibility at times. We've got some spotty sprinkles out there this morning as well. Again, very light, few and far between. And you've got some mostly cloudy skies. Still big temperature differences from west to east. We're in the 70s to the east, in the 50s back to the west, where it's a little bit more comfortable to the west, and of course you're humid to the east. Again, we're just still riding that very strong cold front. So as you're homeschooling today, you'll find some clouds out there this morning, and then some showers possible this afternoon. Grab the umbrellas if you are headed out for those football games. A couple of showers possible. We'll have cloud interference on the field. Make sure you've got a poncho or a hood. You'll find some showers today, cooler 60s north and west, warmer 80s south and east. Some showers possible tonight and again tomorrow as this front finally works its way out. I think Sunday's the better half of the weekend. It will be drier, less humid. Hopefully some more sunshine with highs up around 80 degrees. We stay cool going into next week with highs in the lower 80s. Overnight lows will start to dip into the middle and upper 50s by Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. Joe, Jen.
New for you this morning. The city needs your help in deciding reconstruction plans for one of its most popular trails. Nija McDonald's actually there right now. She's live to explain how you can voice your opinion. Nija.
Yeah, Joe, well, good morning. The Galloway Reconstruction Project is located right here between Barton Road and Republic Road. Now, as you mentioned, this is one of the most popular trails in the city. Now, with thousands of users, project manager Joe Hamp says it only makes sense to gauge the community's interest before moving forward. Now, people can access a public comment card online now until next Monday, September 14th. Public comment is also required since the reconstruction project will be funded primarily through a federal grant. The project will reconstruct approximately 2,700 feet of existing asphalt trail with a new 8 to 10 foot wide concrete surface. This change will also comply with ADA standards.
Location is a very popular thing, and the fact that it connects to so many different things. It connects to Springfield's Nature Center, which is a very popular location. It connects to Sequoia Park. Various apartments, businesses, restaurants are very close to this location. And Sequoia Park also is, I believe, in the top 2 or 3 most visited parks in the area, and it runs through there.
Well, this project is planned for this winter and will require a 60-day closure on this portion of the trail. Again, you have until next Monday, September 14th, to put in your public comment on the city's website. Reporting live in Springfield, Nija McDonald, Ozarks First.
Nija, thank you. Another Ozarks town is deciding on whether to require face coverings. And last night, the Marshfield mask ordinance did not pass. So this is what that means. The ordinance would have meant face coverings to be required in public for everyone over the age of 10. Most of the people who spoke last night were speaking against the mandate.
If I go to a group gathering and I'm asymptomatic, I can infect that whole room. It's just that simple. So mask up, Marshfield. I beg of you, think very carefully, because remember, this whole pandemic started with one person getting infected.
We just want it to be our choice. If we're sick, then that should be our choice on whether to go out, stay in, or wear a mask.
The numbers don't prove that we need them or that they're effective.
A couple of police officers bring up to me that they feel like they work in Springfield and they feel like it would be more dangerous having to encounter disgruntled people if they have to go tell them to wear a mask.
I've had COVID, but I had COVID because we do Restoring Hope, and we had a client come into our home that had COVID and gave it to us. I have not got sick from being out in public without my mask.
I don't like being blackmailed like they did with the seatbelt laws. My granddaughter got the virus. She works at Bass Pro. She goes to MSU. She wore a mask when she was supposed to, but she got it anyway.
If the ordinance had passed, it would have continued for 60 days until November 14th.
Here's where we stand with mask ordinances in the Ozarks. Springfield ends on October 14th unless council extends it. Earlier this week, the Branson Board of Aldermen extended it to that date as well. Other cities considered it, Ozark and Nixa, but ultimately decided against putting those in place.
One man is dead after a crash outside of Marshfield yesterday afternoon. According to the Missouri State Highway Patrol, Justin Burney, a 26-year-old, was killed when a vehicle went off the road on eastbound Interstate 44. The vehicle crossed the median and struck Burney's vehicle heading westbound. 2 minors were in Burney's vehicle as well and were injured. One is in serious condition. The surviving driver of the other car was tested for alcohol. The Stone County Sheriff posted this message on Facebook last night. The department is grieving the loss of a Webster County deputy in a crash on I-44. We're still trying to confirm that person they were talking about, Burney, if Burney is that deputy.
Going around the region for you, a Fort Smith family was abruptly woken up by the FBI yesterday morning as their address was listed on a knock-and-question warrant in the roundup. Tyrus Bell Jr. was asleep when he and his wife heard banging on their bedroom window. When he opened the window, Bell says that he was greeted with flashing lights, semi-automatic guns, and the FBI yelling for them to come out. Bell then said guns were pointed at his wife and dog before he could grab his phone and record this. An FBI spokesperson tells us they had a federal warrant for that address in connection to a drug trafficking investigation. Agents left after finding out the suspect no longer lived there, and the FBI says no property was damaged. After 143 daily press conferences from Governor Asa Hutchinson, today will be the final one of those. After that, those conferences will be on a weekly basis. Yesterday, Arkansas added 468 cases and 12 additional deaths. The governor still says he will have his daily meetings with Dr. Jose Romero. There were also questions that he faced yesterday about Bob Woodward's new book and accusations that President Trump has downplayed the virus.
I've never been told in any of my meetings to minimize the concern of the virus. The presentations from the Vice President, the Coronavirus Task Force, the Vice President makes comments that are very straightforward as what we're doing, and then it goes through the medical professionals and our public health experts.
An update on some schools as well. A third-grade class in Fordyce is virtual now, and Tuckerman High School is completely virtual till September 21st.
Yesterday in Fayetteville, the University of Arkansas Northwest campus hosted a drive-through COVID-19 testing event. Testing was free for everyone 16 years and older, but only the first 200 people could be tested. Janine Boyers, the program coordinator, said yesterday the event was very successful.
It's been good. We had a quick turnaround because they had a space open up, so they don't usually do them this quickly. So for only being able to get the word out for a few days, it's been really good.
Boyer said they expect to host more COVID-19 drive-through testing in the future.
The governor's economic task force says the coronavirus needs to be contained for the sake of Arkansas businesses. After that first case was reported months ago, restaurants started changing operations and closing doors. Now, 6 months later, the economy is improving. A survey of credit card users among Arkansans shows a 16% decrease, though, in restaurant consumer spending.
The entertainment sector and the leisure sector, those are struggling and continue to struggle and need help soon, or else we'll see a lot of business failures.
Right now, we have guests that are...
The Department of Health updated its directive on dine-in services and self-service operations like restaurants, salad bars, and buffets.
Now here's a look at what's coming up after Daybreak.
Coming up, the latest on deadly fires that continue to tear across the western U.S., plus the inside story behind the model of Osama bin Laden's compound built to help prepare for the raid that killed him. Coming up on CBS This Morning.
One of our trends happening this morning, people talking about the Kansas City Chiefs as they just opened up the season, beating the Houston Texans, so that title defense doesn't look too bad right now. 34-20 win.
A good start for the Chiefs.
Pat
the
Mahomes
fans are happy this morning.
with 3 touchdowns. Pretty wet today, right?
Yeah, we'll have some showers out there. It'll be cool with a high of 77 degrees. Sunday's the better half of the weekend.
All right, and it is September 11th as well, so we leave you with a look over New York at the moment. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for watching.